Hi, welcome to WatchMojo.com. My name is Nick Robinson. I'm with nickarts.com, and today I have a special guest joining me to show you a cooking recipe from Egypt. I have Anthony Shami with me from Khepri Expeditions. Do you want to tell us a little bit about what Khepri Expeditions is?
Sure. Well, we organize ecotourism trips, and a lot of the activities that we organize while we're traveling, we like to get people involved as much as possible with the locals. So a perfect way to have a cultural exchange activity is through a cooking workshop. So today we're going to be making Ful Medames.
Ful Medames?
Yes, which is very typical in Egypt. You basically eat ful every single day when you wake up. It's a good breakfast. You can even have it for lunch and dinner. And there's even an export tax on the fava beans, which is the main ingredient, as we're going to see later, because I think the government wants to make sure there's as many fava beans as possible that stay in Egypt. It's such an important staple. So we're going to prepare the hot ingredients first, then we're going to prepare the cold ingredients. Third step is we're going to put them together
And eat it.
and then eat it.
So this first step, putting together the hot ingredients, what is going into our pot?
So we have fava beans, chickpeas, which are optional. You could go with just fava beans, which is very typical. We have some tomatoes chopped up. We have some chopped up onions as well. In this case, it's red onions. We have some garlic, also really essential. In this case, chopped up with a little bit of ginger. And we have a really essential spice, cumin. And we also have some turmeric.
And both of those spices, by the way, are really essential cancer-fighting spices. So if you have a weakness in your family or you're concerned about protecting yourself against cancer, you can throw those spices in just about everything that you eat. It really does help. Should we start cooking?
Let's go for it.
All right. So Anthony, how long are we going to cook this in the pot for now?
Well, since the beans have already been prepared, we're going to be cooking this on low to medium heat for about 10 minutes, constantly stirring.
And if you don't have beans already prepared, then what I like to do is I prepare them during the weekend and then I have them in my fridge ready to use for all sorts of recipes during the week. For people that are on a gluten-free diet, I really like this recipe because it's high in protein, high in fiber. This is a breakfast that's going to keep you going all morning long. There's a lot of healthy benefits to all of the ingredients that go into this pot.
So we were cooking it and mixing it in on medium. Now we put it down to low. We can leave it aside for a few minutes. We don't want it to overcook, but we will be serving it hot.
Right, so we've covered it too to just make sure it stays nice and warm.
Right.
Now we're going to assemble the cold ingredients. It's got some olive oil as a base, tomatoes, parsley, coriander, green onions, some chives, basil, lime juice, salt and pepper to taste. Delicious.
Everything comes together really well.
Yeah, so let's do it.
Okay. Why don't we add a little bit more olive oil since it's getting a little bit dry. There we go. It's going to help you mix it up.
So now we're ready to assemble it and serve it.
Yes.
So first things first.
So let's put some of the ful in here. There we go. That's a nice little portion to start with.
And this is my favorite part. So Anthony, tell me when to stop.
Well, it's better not to put too much. Everybody eats it with a different level of toppings. So start with a little bit and then you can keep adding if you like the flavor.
So it's really to taste. So the next thing we're going to add in is some chopped eggs. So here I have about 1.5 hard-boiled eggs chopped up. I recommend that you use about 1 hard-boiled egg per person, just nutritionally speaking. You have about 3/4 of a portion of protein already in the bowl, so we want to add in one more little portion.
Right. Some people don't even eat eggs with their food, but I love it, so at least 1 egg for me.
Don't hesitate in putting the yolk in. When you use a whole egg, it actually helps lower your hunger hormone for the next 24 hours while increasing your metabolism for the next 24 hours. So it increases your fat burning potential for the next 24 hours.
Perfect.
And it helps decrease your bad cholesterol and it increases your good cholesterol. So don't be afraid to use eggs. It's really, that's an old myth. It's been debunked. And so it's one of my favorite breakfast foods. And what's the next ingredient?
Well, we're gonna put some tahina. So tahina is basically, or tahini, like some people would say, it's basically a puree of sesame seeds.
And you know what I like about using sesame seeds in just about anything is not only do they add a lot of flavor, but they're a high source of protein, high source of calcium, and high source of iron. So you don't need dairy in order to get some calcium into your diet. Actually adding in some sesame seeds, some hummus, some tahini is a great way to go. How much do I put?
Well, if it was my plate, you would put a lot. But for demonstration purposes, let's just put a little bit on there.
And let's just garnish with some parsley. And now we're ready. Well, thanks for watching WatchMojo.com, and thanks Anthony for joining us today.
All right.